energy. I can see what isn't here, and the completeness, like energies around you, around trees, around birds, around these buildings. It's pretty faint now. I can only imagine what it was like long ago. But there's spirit. You know, things are alive even if they're inanimate. Stone is a part of a mother. It's like our toenails, a piece of our hair. But I see those things, and here we're above the city, and there's less of the pollution, even though it's everywhere in the earth. There's a light, luminosity that's coming off of here that isn't off on the hills in the same way. It's a different, and everything looks heavy in the city from here. Here everything looks light. So I can only ascertain that those who first came here and said, this will be where I build the city. And the architects arrived and they mapped out this place, and they used, I would assume, the hillside to fill in. They had it all here. It's a beautiful Monte Alban mountain. And, you know, we don't understand sacrifice, giving your best. But in most cultures, when you feed the holy, you take the cacao, you take the, you take the gold, you take the most beautiful things, the flowers, the precious things, and you give them away. You maybe gave away your daughter, maybe you gave away your precious son. How are we to know what is the ultimate gift, our soul? To feed something that will grow and jump up and live again. You know, I can only imagine. If you think that there's another world or a dimensional world, then this didn't matter. You could die today, and within seconds you're in another dimension alive. So I think that there's such a mystery to this culture, and it's old. It's very old. So we're devolved, and I think they were much more evolved without all the pomp and circumstance of the culture of today, of distractions and electronics and cars, and they make our lives easier, but they take us away from what is sacred and precious. So I love the energy coming here to visit a friend, somebody old, maybe a place I've walked before. It brings all of that energy of flying, being out of body, and coming up this high puts you in a serum, an oxygen. You're in the upper world, in the world of the north, on the sacred cross. And people down in Oaxaca are in the south. They're in the lands of plants and animals, and we're up here with gods of wisdom. So I kind of put it together in my own head what it must mean. But it's a precious place, beautiful place. And it's fascinating how much was done by hand here without machines, shovels, all the things that were used to buckets, Maybe it was a pottery bucket, I don't know. Maybe they made shovels. Burros, I don't know if they had burros. I know they didn't have horses until the Spaniards came. The holy dogs, they didn't have them, so it all had to come by hand. All the trees were cut, brought here. Fascinating. A piece of history that's alive if we keep it alive. So I hope the people who live in the area get to come here and do ceremony. Most of these sites are close to that. The teachings, the ceremonies, the language, the songs alive is really important. They keep a spirit of something fed so that it doesn't eat us. And this is maybe a belief, but there's something to be said when we hear a Native American song or a drum or we see a fire. It takes us back to our most primordial sense of what we are. And the original, the alma, the soul, the spirit of us. And for me, passing along something that is natural and it works, I think is my goal in sharing and just saying there's another way to do things. And this is just one. I mean, there are thousands, but this is just one. But for me, I feel the call of the ancestors. I didn't come to this because I got up one morning and said I'll sign up for it like a college course. It was already born in me, waiting to bloom. And the elders found me and they started teaching me. And before I knew it, I was going, golly, this is all, something's happening here. And it was over years I could look back and go, oh, and that grandma and that tutu and that elder, and I got invited here. And I just kind of thought about them not with any importance, like they were out of the ordinary. And then one day it dawned on me, oh, and then one of the elder men said, you are the sweet medicine. You are Wuo Tanuyon. You walk in righteousness. You will carry the old ways for us. So I've been, feeling like young men need to know that their first weapon is their tongue, and it can be a tool to help to cut through, let's say, the illusion and the bullshit of life. A young girl, to help them to know that they are the precious mothers of the future and that their bodies are the earth. And what we do to those bodies, we are doing to our mother, either consciously or unconsciously. Singing the songs to feed the holy, doing the ceremonies is vital. All of us have maybe different responsibilities to take care of our ancestral homes, but for me it's not just for me, it's for everyone, I feel. As a grandma, what else do I have as my purpose but to give the stories and the teachings and just show the way? So I love doing the ceremonies and singing the songs all night long, being with different medicines, whether it be sweet grass or peyote or standing under a tree and blooming with it, or helping someone cross over, get married, or come off the hill. All that's really important to me. So those are the things that seem to call me forth to keep going, even when down in the cities they're trying to evolve and they're devolving, they're forgetting their origins. So it's really important, I think, to remember the sacredness and to feed the holy, even like today, bringing incense and asking permission. We're coming, the songs we sing our brother. Kola le chele chuye, kola le chele chuye, kola le chele chuye, le che tutelo. Brother, we do it like this. This is how it is done. This is how it will always be done. These are the words of songs that are just ancient. They're all oral tradition, no writing. They're passed one to the other. We do it the best we can. But they say, this is how we do it. We come and we honor our ancestors. We feed the holy. We remember our ancestral roots, our own indigenosity, from whatever root stock we came from, all, they say, originating from maybe Africa. We're all one family, one mother, and it's very important to feed that, not to forget it, because there's so many who are isolating their little tiny boxes and their computers, and they don't even remember who are your people. They don't care anymore. So to me, it's a call. It's not something I can put down. For those of us that are in this mode, if we set it down, we let go of it's like the hand of the child in a crowd. We could lose it. So all of us are feel the preciousness of keeping it alive, and it's a there's a satisfaction inside. There's something that we gain as well that reawakens our soul, and it helps us to put roots deep and reach high, and it can take us into other dimensions. Songs are powerful, ceremonies are powerful that way. So to me, it's loving a walk and a path and a natural way, and it's just doing what I do. It's with no pretense, just doing because I love it. So.